Out in Iowa, we've got some polling going on at the Iowa caucus. It's trying to figure out which Republican candidate is heading the pack. But then again, let's look at what the Des Moines Register poll is saying about, I think, what we kind of already know. Let's check out this graph. Donald Trump is leading the way at 42%. For what likely 2024 Republican caucusgoers were asked this question: which one of the following Republicans would be your first choice for president? Usually you can see that long bar is Donald Trump at 42. Ron DeSantis follows at 19. Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Chris Christie, Vivek Ramaswamy, and then it gets really small from that point down. Things I think we kind of expected. Mike Pence did make a bit of a shift, I think, since he said, that's right, Donald Trump did try to steal the election. Yes, I did one minor thing and finally stopped it. It was a big minor thing, but it was just one thing as he saw everything else going down. More details about this poll, because it finds many indicators of Trump's strength, but there's a couple of potential weak points in this. Look at this, because 63% of likely Republican caucusgoers say that they support Trump as their first or second choice in the caucuses or are actively considering him. That footprint is on par with the 61% who say the same for DeSantis. Very similar. And a majority, or 52% of likely Republican caucusgoers, have a first choice for president and say they could still be persuaded to support a different candidate. But 40% say that their minds are completely made up. 7% do not have a first choice candidate. And in addition, just 7% of poll respondents say that they are considering only one candidate for president. And lastly, 17% say that they're considering two candidates, while 19% say 3 and 55% say 4 or more. I'm getting a general idea that they're not fully aware yet. I think a lot of people aren't sure about where Donald Trump's gonna be, or even what else he may say, or maybe most importantly, what else they may find out about him before we get to that point. Because as I was mentioning, it's not like Iowa caucuses are happening tomorrow or anything. One more revelation that could worry Trump, though. The poll found that 41% of likely caucusgoers believe that Trump should still remain the leader of the Republican Party, while 57% of those surveyed said otherwise. 41 to 57. And out of those 57% of likely caucusgoers, 26% said that Trump was a good president, but it's time to consider other party leaders. And 31% of those surveyed said that their party needs a new leader who has a different approach and a better personal behavior. So they said other party leaders, Aida, as I saw there. But the thing is what would a Republican Party leader look like? Because they're carbon copies of Donald Trump. We know in general politicians are like that. They're afraid to kind of be themselves, or else they might get, kind of taken out or ridiculed or criticized to a degree. So they just fall in line to what they've seen that's happening. And what's happening is MAGA. And also what's happening under MAGA is rabid racism, bigotry, and all kinds of hatred. So that's what they're all on board for. There's no more new leaders within this whole thing. What are your thoughts on these first couple of numbers?
I think a lot of people, even those people who said he was a good president, but we need a new leader, everybody's scared of him because he's such a thug. He's a social media thug. I mean, because Donald Trump ain't got no hands. Donald Trump probably has goons, but he can't fight. He can't. His knees fight each other every day, but he can't. And I'm not perpetuating violence, but I do think that people are afraid of him. They're afraid of what he's gonna say on social media. They're afraid of what he's gonna say to them, what he's gonna find out about them, what dirt he's gonna throw out there, what he's gonna make up about people, because he'll make something up about people and then it just catches fire. And then, he has a legion of people who believe it. So I just think that, that they need somebody that's gonna rise up, that's gonna say, I care about the people of America and not the agendas. I'm here about the people. And in the Democratic Party, we've seen some semblance of that, because you've seen these progressive young people who've torn away from the party and have spoken out against everybody and everything that's wrong. And they're not perfect, but you see people, you see Ayanna Pressley, speaking up. You see, Jamal, you see the people saying, hey, none of this is working. The people need to be thought of. Where are those people on the Republican side? Where are those people in their party who are, we have these not qualified people, who are taking office and are actually insane, saying some of the most problematic things out loud with a bullhorn, invoking violence, creating dissent in the country, spewing lies. Like, where are their people that are saying, this isn't working. Somebody's got to step up. They need it.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.